Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Vanguard Tactics. I'm Stephen Box, and if you are interested in Warhammer 40k, then you're in the right place, because every single day during lockdown, I go live to answer your 40k related questions. Just have a chat. We'll go through maybe some different topics. So if you are either playing the game, then I'm here to help you exceed to that next level. If you are just starting out in the hobby and you want to get to grips with some of the basics, then please ask me any burning question that you have. If you're looking for some inspiration on a new army, then throw it my way. And ultimately, let's just jump into the chat and see what questions you have. Now, who have we got live? Jack, welcome. How you doing? Greetings. Yeah, the video is doing very, very well at the moment. So hopefully long may that continue. The most recent video I've put out, let's see how many, I'm actually really pleased with the interaction. The interaction is the most important thing, because in the kind comments are great. I've had a couple of rebuttals, as you can probably imagine, or people that disagree with some of the things that I said. But hey, it's just an opinion, right? It's a game of essentially toy soldiers, where I'm giving you my best possible opinion, giving the information at hand. But yeah, it's had about 250 comments, which is brilliant. Good 300 likes and 5,500 views so far. So that's pretty good, I think. But overall, I think the feedback has been fantastic and well worth the time that I put into editing it. So what have I been up to today? To be honest, I have been sat at my laptop or my computer for the entire day, and I have been completely redesigning the Academy slides. So the teaching slides that I use, they no longer look like presentation slides. They are funky, they're informative, they look slick and professional, and oh my God, I've got color codes. It's so good. So really excited. I let the guys in the Academy have a little sneak peek at one of the variations. I've actually tweaked it ever since again. So guys in the Academy, let me know what you're thinking of the new slides, because what I'm going to do is basically over the next 6 months, redo all of the content that I've already filmed to make sure it's completely updated, and make sure it's the #1 educational program out there for Warhammer 40k. So yeah, Dave, thank you very much. Yeah, new branding slides are looking good. Thank you. Really appreciate that. Stephen, evening. Back to making the live show. Absolutely, never stops, right? And glad you could join us back. Andy, how you doing? What's my thoughts on drop pods in Space Wolf lists? I mean, you could run 6 drop pods with 6 units of Blood Claws, with just some Wolfen to support, or Thunderwolf Cav, Thunderwolf Cav go in turn 1, drop pods come down turn 2, or the other way around, maybe drop pods come down, get your Chaplain, get your +2 charge, get some reroll charges if possible from the Wolfen nearby, bum them, shoot those forward, bundle it all in, and then brilliant, like great. 60 Blood Claws, just smashing the lines, clearing all the screens, wrapping and trapping, then the Wolfen just come in and just munch everything. That could be good, could work. Prime Marley, the videos helped me decide on my next army. Is a very good video. Let me know. What have you decided? What have you decided? A lot of people gave me some stick. They were like, it's the wrong title, whatever. But look, had to be interesting, didn't it? And also, the title of the video is, if you guys have watched it, as you will fully well know, I do not tell you which one I think is the best army, because I think that's irrelevant. I want you to make your own decision. Okay, and I think in order to help people learn, by posing a hypothesis to them will actually enables people to think about something in a single mind. So I said, I'm going to look at this with a competitive standpoint and a competitive view straight away. Just by saying that, you're going to do the same. And by posing the question, which one is the best, then given all the information provided by myself and obviously what you already know from your experience, then you can come to the best decision possible. And that means you will actually think about it and actually interact, rather than it just being like mindless information about, and here we have this faction. And so by posing the question, I thought it would just connect a little bit better. So hopefully that worked. I don't know. But then you get the people who go, oh, it's just a clickbait title or whatever, but whatever. There's method behind the madness, I'm telling you. So what have we got? Matthew C, really liking the new content on the Academy. Keep it up. Thank you very much. Appreciate that, mate. There's loads more to come. I have, I'll be honest, been working 12-hour days recently just to try and catch up to where I want to be with it. So yeah, I'm probably going to spend the rest of today finishing off this Space Marine module I'm on. I wanted to get it done so I could record today, but I wasn't happy with where I got the slides, but now I am. I'm slowly just finishing the touches, dotting the I's, crossing the T's, and then tomorrow I'll be filming all day tomorrow. So yeah, that'll be that tomorrow. Still got that Grey Knight video to film, but I've had to put that on the back burner. Still got the podcast to get out, but again, I've had to put that on the back burner because the Academy has to come first. So yes, all to come though, all to come. So also, Dave, thank you so much for timestamping, going back and timestamping all of my previous videos. I couldn't believe it. Thank you so much. I have no idea how you do that, by the way, but wow, like very generous for you to do that for the rest of the community, to timestamp all of these lives. Maybe what we can do is make an entire inventory of all the questions ever asked, and then you'll know exactly what video it was, the link, and then also the timestamp for that question. We could maybe do that. We'll have to cut out me waffling, but anyway, hey, I think that's what people are here for, is the waffle. Yeah. Hey, that's a good question actually. Are you waffles, team waffles, or team pancakes? Let me know. Put in the chat. Team waffles, team pancakes. Okay, so what we got here? Let's have a little dive into the chat. Oh, that's better. If I put it here, then this is much better. Now I'm not going crazy now with the eyes because the screen. So, Joaquin, how you doing? Wayne said, love the slides. Makes me feel like I'm in entering Tron. That's it. Modern, clean. That's exactly what I wanted to go for. Morning from Montreal. How you doing? Oh, Montana, sorry. You're killing it with this series. Keep up the good work. Thank you very much. Really liking the new content on the Academy. Great. Please, can you give advice on building a Necron army? Any combos you like? What combos do I like? I like the Deceiver that can redeploy 3 units. And I think Destroyers and their stratagem is really underrated for what they can do for you. I think they're very, very good. But I would run max units of Tomb Blades. That's what I run, max units of Tomb Blades. And you can't go wrong with Scarabs either. They're just like an incredible screen. Incredible screen. I can remember this one time. This was probably when Blood Angels first came out. And I had this wrap set up real nice. And I thought, yeah, I'll wrap those Scarabs. Adam wrapped up, tri-pointed them. And then Dan on the channel was like, moved out, and I was like, what are you doing? It was like, well, I can fly. I was like, what? The Scarab can't fly. Look at it, it's tiny. They were like, yeah, it can fly. I was like, you didn't tell me that when I was trying to, you could see me tri-pointing you and telling you I'm going to tri-point. It was like, well, I just thought I'd let you, I didn't know what you were doing. I just thought I'd let you get on with it. And I was like, wow. Just wow. So, yeah. Scarabs. Never get caught out by them again. Andy has said, fairly new to the channel, bro, as I'm currently building an AdMech. Is there, in any opinion, a must-have units combos for them? Yes, 9 Plasma Riser Destroyers. then use the little CP. I think it's a CP or 2 CPs. You get +1 to wound and +1 damage, I think, off the top of my head, for those plasmas. And you combine that with Manipulus to get the +6 range. You combine that with the stratagem to get +1 to hit. So then if you overcharge, it doesn't kill you when you're next to robots. So good. So good. They just go, right, that thing, take it off the board. Dead. And they're infantry, so they're really hard to kill as well. Or very tough infantry, should I say. Jack said, but people don't like to think. We want to know. Yeah. Which dreadnought do you like next to Libby for Blood Angels? I mean, it's got to be the Chaplain Dread, hasn't it, really? Just a dreadnought that cannot be targeted until it actually gets it. It's a good delivery system for it, yeah. Basically, it's the only real way to run it. Or maybe triple Invictus. I know it's not dreadnought, but it's kind of similar. At least you can put a bit of forward pressure on with that thing. Primarily, Blood Angels, dude, I love the combat, and they don't do well with jump packs. The fly keyword is so strong. I also play Chaos, which use buffing characters for days. So Blood Angel, low mod count. Yeah, nice. Like it. Good. Well, I mean, I think Blood Angels is a great choice. You know, really do. Ian James has said, thoughts on a Necron Horde? 120 warriors with supporting elements geared up to warriors to keep the warriors alive or help bring them back. Yeah, I mean, it could be fantastic. Like, you get that just ultimate board control, right, with them. The only thing you're going to need is some sort of counterpunch, because otherwise you're just going to get steamrolled by some lists, like absolutely steamrolled. You need a counterpunch or something that can screen, move, block. So make sure you've built that into your list as well. Lux has said, what army do you currently play? I would say, I nearly said professionally. I said, yeah, nearly professionally. I'm competitive with everything I do, but let's say my professional army, well, we'll go with it. We'll go with professional army is my Blood Angels. Then my warm-up or my trialing list at the moment is Sisters. I've been giving them a bit of a whirl. Before that, it was Ultramarines. But I wrote a new list today. A new list got created today. It's been a while since I created a whole new list, but I created a new one, and I really want to play it. It'd be filthy as well. It's a filthy list, and it's completely out there. Everyone will be like, "No, Steve, that's awful," and I'm like, "That's what you think." I think it's got legs. Yeah, I think it's gonna be good. What have we got here? So we got waffles, team pancakes, I mean, it's literally 50-50 whether it's team pancakes or team waffles. I mean, both are great options, but I think it's pancakes for me. I think they're just more versatile. You can do more with a pancake than you can with a waffle. But anyway, saying that, you could do a lot of a waffle. Now, hello, good afternoon, elves in space. How nice. Why would a company make such a fine stories about aspect warriors and then not make them playable? How odd. Poor deprived elves. Silly. I mean, aspect warriors, Dire Avengers are good. They're an aspect warrior. Crimson Hunter Exarchs are an aspect warrior. Very playable for space elves. Shining Spears, extremely playable. I just wish they had an updated model. Dark Reapers, very playable still. Again, would love a new model though for the Dark Reapers, because the Banshees look great. I'd love to see those get the Banshee treatment, basically. Luke and Wayne are both team pancakes. Yeah, Connor's pancakes. Yeah. Chris Hall, by far the best 40k content out there. Well put together. Thank you for that. Got me back into 40k. Can't wait for the JK videos. Thank you very much, Chris. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Andy said, thanks. Henrik, hello there. How you doing? Wayne said, I don't know why massive units of Flayed aren't an auto take. With the right character and buff, so you can reroll the charge, reroll all hits on the charge, and they already reroll wounds. Sounds good to me. Sounds really good, actually. Yeah. It's just whether they can actually, if they got any minus, what's their strength? I mean, rerolling wounds is good. You kind of, even if you're strength 4, it roughly works out to be probably like strength 5 to 6 normally. Yeah. So what else have we got here? I'm just going to shut that blind a second. There we go. Artemisa said, "Good morning from Mexico again. How you doing? I'm a Stephen with a EN, not a PH or a VN. Well, I'm like you, hoping the Haas got a point drop and something to help them out, because I need a double battalion for CPs. Yeah, Harlequins would be very good with a double battalion, I think. JP Wargaming, with Salamanders for competitive play, would you rather play their chapter tactics or successor with long-range marksman and +1 advance in charge? I'd probably go successor, actually, because I don't feel like with their unit types that are going to really benefit from the Salamanders, you're better off with the extra range and the extra ability to get those advances and stuff, because aggressors and assault sense are going to do really, really well, and they don't want to reroll a hit and reroll a wound. They don't need that. So yeah. Zekka said waffles are just pancakes with abs. Yep. It's a shame though, eating pancakes and waffles doesn't get you abs. Yeah. Although I do have a fantastic recipe for protein pancakes. They are incredible. So a little bit less viewers today, only 37, normally about 50 to 60. I think that's probably because the sun is shining, so I won't take it personally if people are out enjoying the sunshine. Plus, you guys must be pretty bored of me by now at day 33. But anyway, here we are. JW question, Stephen, how much is the paint job including in the tournament scoring? Okay, not every has level 3 paint stuff or an airbrush. Wow. So in most competitive tournaments, there is zero points for your painting level. Okay, it's like it's either painted to a standard or it's not. If it's not, you could either get a yellow card, you could ask to have that model removed. So yeah, it has to be painted to a reasonable standard so that you can actually play with it. And then there's separate painting, like painted best army, for example, it's separate. In the US, there are there's a hobby track, which we don't get over here in the UK. We don't. It's not really some. I would like it to be done, but yeah, it's not really caught on. So yeah, minimal points really. As long as your armies, if you're looking to play competitively, just focus on getting your army to, I would say, more than 3 colors, maybe like 5 colors, with a nice base and yeah, a coherent scheme as well. And you're going to be good to go on the right base size as well. That's important. Just Kev, it said, hey mate, hope you're well. Question, what are your top 5 orc units and why for Death Skulls specifically, building a friendly tournament list at the moment? Is there such thing as a friendly tournament list? I don't know. If you're going to a tournament, you got to go with your intention to bring your very best. Now, I'm not saying you try and win at all cost. I am not saying that. But you owe yourself and you owe your opponent your very, very best. Okay? The reason why I go to tournaments is not to win them. Okay? I want to go to a tournament to have this thing challenged. Yeah? I want my opponent to bring their A game. And I really want them to give it as good as they possibly can. So I want their list to be the best it can possibly can. I want their pre-game stuff to be, well thought through, and I want their game plan to be well thought through and executed well. Otherwise, what's the point? Yeah. There are tournaments, I suppose, which are more like friendly, where, maybe there's like a theme at like a narrative event. I've done a couple of narrative events in the past and they've been all right. But when it comes to tournaments in competitive play, and that doesn't mean like I said, it's not you're trying to win at all costs. That's completely different, completely separate. It's a different mentality whatsoever. And I do not advocate that mentality whatsoever. I just think about bringing my best. So what I'd say to you is my top 5 units for orcs are the custom shock attack gun. That's excellent. Definitely need one of those. Tank busters, brilliant. Mega knobs, excellent. Looters, fantastic. And then boys are great. So yeah, they're my top 5. And if your army's got plenty of that lot, it's probably all right. Oh, and I think the death skulls on the shock attack gun is because you can reroll a hit, reroll a wound, reroll a damage for him. I think that's really good. I believe that to be correct. So, could be wrong though. Armor K reptiles, I'm quite new to 40k and still putting armies together. Is it worth putting Calgar and Guilliman in the same list, or is it a waste of time? Waste of time. Just take Calgar. Calgar in a pure Ultramarines, Guilliman in a Imperium list. Guilliman can be quite useful with knights and other aspects like that, like a mixed soup. But if you're taking pure, Guilliman works really well with knights, by the way, just so you know. But if you're taking pure Ultramarines, you got to take Calgar. He's the chapter master, yeah? Just because old Guilliman's popped back up does not mean he's top dog anymore. Calgar still is. He knows it. He's been about, and he knows. He knows the deal. Yep. Plus, what a sick model as well. He's there with his fist in the air, like, come on, gonna do this. So, Jackie's next stream, cooking with box 40k style. Yeah, we could do some cooking. Yeah. Now is actually a great time to, really up your culinary skills. I did a live this morning with my friend Emil, who is literally Goliath. He is absolutely massive. He's also a doctor. We went live on his Facebook page this morning to give some health and nutrition tips because we had like an hour's worth of questions. So we went live this morning. Me and him did like a little round table in health and fitness and training, how to get through COVID-19 and all that. So if you guys ever want me to do that here, I'm more than happy to. If we want like a fitness-based episode, we can do it. But I want there to be enough questions, okay? I want there to be enough questions. So maybe if there is, let me know in the comments. Just put, I want fitness. Put it there in the comments. If there's enough, and you all agree to turn up for a live, and if I put out a post on the community and let's say there's at least 20 questions to get us started, I'll go with it. Okay. But I don't want to I appreciate that a lot of people don't want to hear about that stuff whatsoever. And I've tried to refrain from it, just add little snippets in, but some of the emails I've got from people have really enjoyed some of the fitness and health and sort of mindset stuff I've spoke about. So if there is that need for it, it's what I've trained for the last 10 years. I've been coaching people for literally 10 years, right from some of the people I've worked with are great British athletes. I currently coach Miss Universe. I've worked with celebrities. I've worked with the Hollyoaks team, musicians that have won things like Britain's Got Talent and all that kind of stuff. And then I've helped loads of people just look the way they want, get on the front cover of magazines, land acting jobs, lose weight, get healthier, all that stuff. So I've worked with probably nearly 1,000 people, I think, one-to-one over that time. Must be getting close to that, or certainly it's well in the hundreds anyway by now, over 10 years. Probably about 500, I bet. Probably about 50 clients a year I work with averagely. So that's about 500 over 10 years. So Brandon said, found you after searching for competitive podcasts. Glad I did. Excellent commentary. Thank you very much, Brandon. Thank you. Welcome to the show and welcome to the channel. Stephen said, so Stephen, the 6-up Feel No Pain from the Apothecary in Ultramarines takes 2 CPs in my mobile castle aggressor centurion and intercessor list you've reviewed for me, how much difference do you think it will make? So the best way to do it is work out how many wounds you've got on the table, and then work out 18. You're basically paying 2 CPs for 18% extra survivability. That's what you're paying for. 18% survivability. That's what you're paying for, yeah. So let that sink in, and then let me know what you think. Is 18% extra survivability worth it? And also, where it may even be more than that, because things like aggressors and assault centurions, most damage that's high damage, that's good at taking these out, are either damage 3 or D3. Now, it only takes you to roll 1/6 out of those 3 damage, and all of a sudden they need to waste another shot just to kill one guy, and that is very, very effective. It's actually more than 18% when that happens. So Davis said, how would you deal with long-range threat? How would you deal with the really long threat range of sisters advancing and charging with the mid-range shooting army? You need to move block them, okay? That's going to really hinder them. And you need to focus their charges, and you need to bait them to make the wrong charge. That's what you need to do. And you need to accept that one of the units is going to get in. And you need to accept you can't kill all of them, so you need to kill one unit, okay? One of the units are a bench, you need to just get rid of them, okay? Or the other option is you just try and whittle them all down to like 3 to 4 models per squad, and then they're really ineffective whatsoever. That's probably the better thing to do, actually. Let one get in, but it's not very effective at 4 woman strong, because it needs to string back to get all the buffs and stuff. So yeah, then you might take up some more on Overwatch. They'll probably think twice about spending all the CPs. Yeah, that's what I'd be doing anyway if it was me. It's why I love this game. It gets the old hamster wheel woken up and running on that wheel. Yeah. Julian has said, with the Deathwatch getting the doctrines, should I stop souping them with Astra Militarum and take SM instead? Probably better to. Yeah, definitely better to do that if you're going to. But I would try and run pure Deathwatch. It's just real cool, I think. Really cool to run pure Deathwatch. Yeah. Just Kev has said that you're totally right about the friendly tournament not being a thing. I personally try and find the best stuff for a non-OP faction. Yeah, I know Triptides will work, but it's boring to me. So now, friendly, when I say there's not such thing as a friendly competition, the majority of the competitions that I've played in, every single person there has been outstanding. Like, the community is amazing. I've made so many friends. So it is friendly. Like, don't get like the people who play this game are incredible. However, yeah, there is, you know, like, I think sometimes building off meta lists, it can be really, really rewarding. I've certainly find it really rewarding. I like to go for things that isn't very popular. And the amount of people playing my Blood Angel list, ironically, is making me less like Blood Angels less. So I should not probably talk about it so much. It's kind of my own fault, really. It'll be funny when I turn up to a tournament and somebody said I've copied the Blood Angels list with the Sanguinary Guard and the Death Gun. They're like, oh, you just meta listing. You copied that. I was like, no, I think you'll find that's not quite the case. Anyway, so JW, specific question. Stephen, I had a spare Gravis Captain lying around that I could convert into a Terminator Libby for my scars, but with the uncertainty of the old Marines in lockdown, do it or wait. But with the uncertainty of old Marines and lockdown, do it or wait. Yeah, do it. I think it sounds like a great conversion. You know, Terminator Libby then can be used in Grey Knights, any of the Space Marine factions. Terminators ain't going anywhere, that's for sure. And the Gravis Captain is a cool model, yeah. JW Fitness, hell yeah, I need a good core exercise for lockdown, yep. Primarily, health and fitness advice really helps me, as my job is a very physical job and has helped me recover time and helped me through these last few weeks whilst everyone clears out their house. Yeah, definitely bring on the fitness video. Primarily said, I hate aggressors, they're the bane of my life. Stephen Carter, love that answer, sold. As you're right, as ever you are right, thanks. Shingles has arrived. Not sure what that means, shingles. JW Low, imagine playing someone competitive list, ironically, for shiz and giggles, yeah. Jack said, just getting back into 40k after a 10-year hiatus, crazy how much has changed. Yeah, absolutely. Wayne said, Stephen, have you had a chance to review the new Death Watch rules? Not yet. I'm still waiting for the White Dwarf magazine. Unless it's out. If it is, let me know, and I'll try and buy it, and then I can review it. Yeah. Yeah, let's have a little look if it is out. Oh, that'll be good. What do they do? White Dwarf on White Dwarf. Here we go. Let's have a look on iBooks. So this one's got Space Marines on it. What's the number of it? The one that's come up is White Dwarf 452. It's got Space Wolves on the front, so that can't be it. Index Astartes Space Wolves. No, it can't be right, surely. Nah. So yeah, let me know what number I need for the White Dwarf, and then I'll be able to get it and then give you guys a review of it. Yeah. Just Kev, do you keep all your old armies in case their rules come back and being competitive again, or do you sell and build something new? Well, I do actually trade in a lot and then buy new stuff, and it's because normally my painting's improved, and I'll just rather buy it again and spend the time getting the paint to be better, the paint work. So, or maybe before when I bought the units, I didn't put the optimal loadout on them, or when I first got back into the hobby, maybe I put the wrong weapons on and stuff, or wasn't quite to the right loadout. So yeah, I have been known to chop and shade things in. Yeah. Which army do you think is the coolest? Harlequins, without a doubt. So cool. Yeah. Speaking of Blood Angels, a guy at my store originally proxied his Dark Angels for Iron Hands, then Blood Angels, and now back to Iron Hands. Yeah. Sounds about right. JW question, I know you're mostly a Loyalist player, but favourite Xenos faction? Well, you say that. I'm actually more of an Eldari player. I've took Eldari to more tournaments than I've took to than any other. Yeah. Interesting question, right? So this would probably be it. This is, in my opinion, you can see, look how worn it is, how much it's been used, but a very, very well-rounded, balanced book, and still holds very well today. Yeah. Andy said, just saw Tabletop Tactics have released a back rep with the new Death Watch rules. Yeah, I'll if I have time to read the White Dwarf, then we're in. Because as I said, I ran Death Watch for about a good 9 months, so hopefully I should have quite a good insight on it. So how do I get it? That is the question. White Dwarf 453. Well, it's not out yet on the iBook store. It's not out. So the last one came out 425 came out when? Contents, let's have a look when this came out. Got that song stuck in my head. Why does it not say release date anywhere? It was released on the 20th of March. So, yeah, it should be out by now. Yeah. So, what have we got here? Right, our last couple of questions, and I'll call that a day, and I need to get back to this Space Marine module. Top 5 tips for playing against an unsporting win-at-all-cost type player at a tournament. Wow, I mean, that is a question. That's a question that I should probably do a video on, I think. Yes, I should do a video on that. Should I go comedy with it? Because I could do a little bit of... in fact, I've got this idea in my head, okay? Now, I want to make a video that would be pure comedy, but I don't know how well it would go down. So, as you probably know, there's these kind of there's different types of people in all sports and hobbies and all that kind of stuff, right? Now, the video I want to make is not picking on anyone in particular, but when it's done well, it picks on everyone, right? So everyone becomes like a kind of there's a category of everyone, right? You've got like the competitive player, you've got the win-at-all-cost player, you've got the person that only will build an army that looks based on the lore. You've got all these different types, right, of armies. That I'm not playing you because you've got a knight, one of them. You've got all these different things, and I think it could be really cool to do like a sort of parody video. But I don't know how it would go down. But I've thought about it. I've planned it. I think at the time I came up with like 10 different types of community things. And if you can have a bit of a laugh and, with it as well, it could be really funny. But I don't know. But I should do a video, actually, a more serious video on how to handle somebody that is unsporting or win at all cost. Because I think, again, it just needs to be reiterated that it doesn't happen often, but when it does, what we need to be able to do is handle these situations effectively and efficiently, so over time they do not happen again in the future, because that behavior is and shouldn't be tolerated, in my opinion. So you can, as you know from me, I'm quite dry and I can be quite sarcastic, and I'll often use that to my advantage in those situations. So yeah, when you really get people to think very, very critically about their actions, their behavior, and what they're responsible for, then it can actually make some very deep, meaningful changes later down the line. It's not going to resolve something there and then, but the conversation you're having is hopefully to revolve something in the future. Yeah. So Deathwatch apparently is coming out on the 2nd of May. Look forward to it. Look forward to getting my hands on that, taking a cheeky little look, seeing what's through there. SoCal, your episode on strengths and weaknesses of each faction is the best and most comprehensive of its kind I've ever seen. Keep it up, bub. Thank you very much. Honestly, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. I really do. Yeah, because it took me hours just to make every single graph and then sit there and think, okay, well, and obviously there's been plenty of backlash. People have argued with it, oh, well, I think this and that. And you're like, well, yeah, obviously, you can build it any way you want. You could take every faction to the extreme, couldn't you? You could make Blood Angels a shooting. I think I gave it a 1. Because it's just not the real competitive way to play it. And but you could pack in enough guns in it that you could probably take it up to like a 3, but then you'd be better off. So let's say you did that and it had the potential to Blood Angels. You're obviously not utilizing any of your buffs or ability whatsoever. You're not even playing in the true fashion of the lore, right? And how they were intended to be played. And the reason that the stories we fell in love with it, right? Like Sanguinius, right? Let's take him, for example. He's not running around with a las cannon, is he? No, he's not. He's running around with a big sword and a spear because he wants to go and, you know, do people in with it. He ain't there like, that's right, guys, we're going to sit back at 48 inches away and I'm going to shoot with this las cannon. Yeah. No, he gets in amongst it, you know? Anyway, so, yeah, that's what the Blood Angels do. But what was I saying? I've completely lost the plot. So anyway, yeah, you could take the Blood Angels up to like a 3 for their shooting. And obviously, if nobody had a jump pack, then there'd be like a 1 for their mobility. But it's not really the point of that video, right? So yeah, bear that in mind. You can swing the factions, but then you're not going for the most optimal build. Okay. So Brian Marley said, comedy is a difficult one. You have just to dive in a bit like ice cream. You don't like every flavor, you find what you like and enjoy. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So I'll give it a thought. Yeah, it maybe could be done quite well, but we'll see. So Gaz Thrak, cool. Welcome, Gaz. Thanks for joining. I hope you haven't lost 4 wounds this phase, mate. Yeah, you must be really pleased with your new upgraded model. But just go for the funny video. I think if you have fun making it, viewers will have fun with it. Yeah, I think so. I just, you know, hopefully by now you know me that I don't like to offend people. It's not my style. There's no time for negativity in my life. Like I've had plenty of negativity in the past with certain things, and it's not me. I don't like it. I don't like negativity, and I don't want anyone to ever feel like picked on or bullied or anything. So I wouldn't want to. I'd have to try and do it very tactfully, but you know, so everyone can see the lighter side of it and make, you know, sometimes a little bit of a laugh at themselves is all good. And just if it brings a smile to people's faces, then great. Yeah, but it'd be great for people to like tag each other in, like, oh, you're definitely this one, but I'm definitely that one, and that's what it's all about, really. You'd see it with like gym videos, like you've got the gym bro, you've got the calisthenics person, you've got the martial art, you know, they've all got these little stereotypes, right? The runner, you know, yeah, the crossfitter, but you share a same passion, that's fitness, and that's great. And hopefully you can just have a bit of a laugh with, you know, like crossfitters wearing funny, like mismatching socks in training without a t-shirt on, right? And just, you know, powerlifters hitting chalk everywhere. Do you see what I mean? And just have a bit of a laugh with it, just going into the gym, doing 1 rep and moving off. You know, you're just taking it to the extreme, having a bit of a joke. But anyway, it could be quite funny. Moeka, I'm not sure how to pronounce your name. I'm actually dreadful at announcing names, so I'd probably butcher 90% of names on YouTube, so I'm really sorry if I do butcher your name. It's nothing personal. It's actually my own ability to read. I'm not a very good reader, so yeah. Would you suggest Warglaives as harasser flankers instead of dragoons in Mars crawl armies? Nah, I think dragoons are still much, much better. Yeah. Morka, is that right? Is that right, Morka? If the E is silent? Morka. Robert Marshall, I'm always late even though I have the bell pressed. Well, Robert, look, 6 o'clock, mate, and I'm live. Got no excuse. It's the same time every single day. Every day. Set an alarm, yeah? Set an alarm. I always make an alarm for my favorite show, and you need to make an alarm. You need to call it, get a coffee on, get a brew, sit down, and let's have a chat about 40K. You know, anyway, guys, I've been 45 minutes again. These were only meant to be 20 minutes long every single day, and I've gone on for like 30 to 40 minutes every day. Anyway, I'm gonna leave that there. So, guys, I appreciate you as always, and thank you so much for tuning in live. Thank you for all of your kind comments about the video. Please keep sharing it, allow it to reach more people. And if you haven't entered the competition to go win a starter box, go do it. Like, literally, you've got nothing to lose apart from winning it. Yeah. And then tomorrow, hopefully the podcast will be out. I'm trying my best to do as much content for you guys as I can, but obviously I want to get this academy looking fresh and slick, and yeah, I'm working as hard as I can at the moment. So you can see these bags under my eyes. Like, I need more sleep. Naughty Stephen. I need to take. In fact, I think after coronavirus, I'll take like a week off just to sit and do nothing for a week. Read a book, chill out, and just, because it's been intense. It really has. But I'm enjoying it, so let's just keep the pace, I think. Anyway, take care, guys, and I'll see you all soon. Tomorrow, 6 o'clock. Yeah. Robert, be there at 6. Set an alarm. Calling you out, Robert. Be there.